And
Oh, wow.
so how's it going here?
Pretty good.
Get a lot of traffic or?
Yeah, usually
Really?
the games help. The
Oh, yeah,
baseball games,
yeah.
so families coming and.
A lot of witnesses been telling me to like go to the website.
Mhm.
So it's great to have that resource so you can see what you guys like teach and believe.
Mhm.
So I just had like a couple questions about a couple of things that were on the website.
Okay.
Okay. This book is on the website. So I just got a copy because I thought it'd be easier to, take around with me and read. So I just found some really interesting things in here. On this page, on 200, about the last days, I'm just going to read it to you. It says, "We are living now, since 1914, in the last days of this wicked system of things, that some who saw the events of 1914 will also see the complete destruction of the present wicked world." So, someone who saw events in 1914, do you think they're still alive?
I know personally, my grandma was born in 1914 and she passed away.
Uh-huh.
I think what was it, like 2 months ago? So I know that certain people. She was.
So she was 102. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I know a couple of her friends are still alive. Obviously not very many, but there are a few people that are.
Do you think if she was born in 1914 that she saw those events?
Well, surely she won't remember them happening, but she most likely remembered the aftermath of them.
Well, that doesn't say the aftermath. It says saw the events of 1914.
Do you have someone who talks to you about this? Do you have anybody who studies with you or?
Oh no, not currently.
Would you be interested in having?
Of course. Could you guys come?
Yeah, or we could send someone.
Oh, absolutely.
Or whatever.
And then I just have another one here. It kind of just reiterates the same thing. The generation that was alive, and this is saying here in 1989 that they're almost all dead. It's saying that they are that was alive at the beginning of fulfillment of the sign of 1914 is now well along in years. The time remaining must be very short, and that was in 1989. So,
Yeah, if you like.
that's like 27 years. Is that what they meant by the time is short? Do you think?
If you'd like to give us your address,
Okay.
we can stop by sometime or have
Absolutely.
someone stop by
And then I wanted to
explain
show
a little
you
bit
this
more to you.
interesting thing. They even featured some of the 1914 generation on this cover. So someone had actually researched who they all were, and they are all dead, at least the ones in this picture. So I think it's kind of interesting.
What is your home address?
So let me ask you another question. Well, in addition to this one, do you think the organization has made false predictions of the end?
No, I think
No?
as time has gone on, their understanding of the Bible has gotten deeper, and as we learn more and we research more, our understanding becomes more clear.
So you can make false predictions that don't come true, and that's okay?
Well, I don't think they were necessarily false predictions. I
Really?
think they just became more clear. And I'm sorry, do you mind if I ask your name? I can put this in my
Christine.
note. Christine. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I think the most recent one is that the preaching work would be completed by the end of the century. And they said that in the 1900s.
I've personally never heard that.
I can find you the reference. They said that.
We've never, the organization itself has never put a specific date. I know certain people have put a date to it that they've thought it would come true, but we've never had a specific date that it would be completed, because obviously
Are you serious?
it's Jehovah God's
Have you ever
decision.
researched the history?
I know that certain people.
You're making yourself look a little bit like uninformed, like by saying that. So maybe you could research it like from a different source besides just their website, because their website really doesn't highlight like those things. 1914 itself was a false prediction. Do you know what they were predicting for 1914?
you know, maybe we could bring some references to your home and talk to you a little bit more about this.
And I'll bring
Then-
mine.
Yeah, and maybe
Yeah.
we can have a more in-depth conversation. and we can
Absolutely, would
bring
be great.
other other publications. to
Right,
mix
right.
it.
Because I noticed when they reference 1914, they don't mention what was actually being predicted like that year and before. So I think that's kind of, you know, there's such a thing as lying by omission, you know, where you just don't really, you give a skewed picture. They actually use it as like a proof. And it was an epic fail and a humiliation. And that's why they changed it to actually 1915 for a time. And then 1925 and, you know, other dates. So you guys are young. I mean, I know you might not even know that, but you can read Russell's books. You would find it in there. Of course, that's not on the website, you know, so.
But I mean, yeah, we'll dig a little deeper and bring some
Yeah.
references and maybe print some things out and stop by your home.
Perfect. Do you think they claim to speak for Jehovah? Or do they claim to be a prophet?
I don't understand
The organization?
question. How do you mean by that?
Well, are they just one opinion among many, or do they specifically speak for Jehovah?
Well, they don't speak for Jehovah, but Jehovah helps them. They pray to Jehovah and they help, or he helps guide their decisions. So they're not like Jehovah's spokesperson, but
Channel?
channel.
The God's only channel of truth? You don't think that's a spokesperson?
I don't think it's a spokesperson per se. I mean, Jehovah communicates with us through the Bible, and so all of the teachings that we teach and that we believe come directly from the Bible, which is from Jehovah, because Jehovah, what's the word I'm looking for? Not influenced.
Inspired.
He inspired the men who wrote the Bible to write those
Absolutely.
things. So everything that Jehovah's Witnesses believe and that we teach comes directly from the Bible, which comes from Jehovah.
Oh, okay, so it is from Jehovah.
Well, it is from Jehovah, but it's not.
It is from Jehovah in that you have to adhere to everything they currently teach. I did read that on the website too.
Well, you don't have to. I mean, it's not.
Well, what will happen if you don't?
You know, maybe we could. I
I would love to talk about shunning also. So that's a great topic, which is really, in fact, what will happen to you if you don't believe in 1914 or you think it's okay to take the parts of blood that they say Jehovah disapproves, which he used to disapprove all parts of blood, but that was changed. But that's a different thing. And they also call themselves a prophet. You know, I've met many witnesses who say they never said they were a prophet, but I have the reference on that also. You know, and they've called themselves like Jeremiah class, Ezekiel class. They compare themselves to Moses by saying if you contradict them, you're like Korah. Would you say Moses was a prophet? Why would you have that much authority that if someone contradicted you, you're like Korah? That makes them Moses, right? I mean, right? You're drawing a parallel.
You certainly seem to have done a lot of research. I think it would be really
Yeah.
interesting to maybe come to your house at a separate
Absolutely.
time.
Do you want my
and
phone
talk.
number too?
Sure.
Okay.
I don't know where I put my cell phone.
Are you guys like married?
Yes.
That's so awesome.
Thank you.
I wish marriage would make a return in this culture. I do appreciate your values of having, you know, values like that.
And your phone number?
Anyways, hey, that would be groovy if you guys came over sometime. And you guys seem really nice, and
you.
enjoyed talking to you guys.
Yeah. Have a nice.
Okay,
day.
you too. God bless.